TAC 92's wreck. If I could only remember how it crashed. This used to be part of the landing gear. There are a few parts scattered inside. A large hook that sealed the maintenance hatch during the flight. Must be pretty sturdy. And the lever to open the hatch. Both made from heat-proof ceramics. It's still smoldering a bit, but it shouldn't explode now, and the fire should go out by itself. Soon. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them.
No.
A detached metal...
Yes, I can reach it with that. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. A bit wobbly. If I could fasten it properly, the pole would have a pointed flat edge that I could use.
I have to... I can see some debris, but if Mark is underneath it, then there's no hope for him. He has to be in the cockpit. I can see some debris, but if Mark is underneath it, then there's no hope for him. He has to be in the cockpit. Nothing left in... This panel allows us to service the instruments behind it. The mechanism to open it is on the right. You usually activate it from the cockpit, so there has to be a way through. Bad idea. The piece of metal could just fall off. Even if I could reach it with this, it wouldn't fit inside the crack. I won't be able to close it completely with this, and it's... Pole vaulting over a chasm into a cockpit that's barely hanging on a few metal braces. Piece of cake! Typical Wednesday night, really. But sadly, there's nobody here to film me doing it, so no. The door to the hold, locked. The card reader needs a... Probably breaks... The card reader for the hold door. I need... Great. Standard color, standard size. I have to get to the cockpit from... Pole vaulting over a chasm into a cockpit that's barely hanging on a few metal braces. Piece of cake! Typical Wednesday night, really. But sadly, there's nobody here to film me doing it, so no. I can't see anything in there. Just Mark has to be... I won't be able to close it completely with this, and it seems like the connection is good enough. The TAC 92. This panel allows us to service the instruments behind it. The mechanism to open it is on the right. You usually activate it from the cockpit, so there has to be a way through. This panel allows the mechanism to open it. I would probably fit behind it, but it's too short and too small. The only thing I can do with this welder is weld pieces of metal together. I have to combine something before I can weld. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. The only thing I can do with this welder is weld pieces. I can't combine or... I can't combine or affix them. The only thing I can do with this welder is... Even if I could reach it with this, it wouldn't fit inside the crack. Bad idea. The piece of metal could just fall off. I can see some debris, but if Mark... It's still smoldering a bit, but it shouldn't explode now, and the fire should go... The TAC-92's wreck. Easy. Everything is going to be repaired in 20 minutes and I'll be flying through space again. Too bad for Mark that he's no longer the only great mechanic on board, but he can cry me a river. The TAC-9...
That's Mark's cryopod. Looks like it's intact and unharmed, but there's no sign of him. Cockpit for Tessa. No reply from Mark.
The cables are broken and the insulation is gone. I have to be careful. I never understood why people would block a card slot. I can't outsmart a card reader. An ID card of the Intergalactic... There's a picture of me on it. However, it's labeled with the name... An ID card of the Intergalactic Mining Corporation. There's a picture of me... Matches. The ceiling foam, specially made for burst pipes. Hardens within seconds once it comes in contact with air. This card isn't authorized for the cargo hold. The rest is junk. Ha! It's just as Confucius. I have to get to the cockpit for... The only thing I can do with this This helmet isn't equipped with welding goggles, but it should at least keep my eyes from melting. Not a bad weld seam for a beginner. I suppose Mark would say otherwise. Show off. Vaulting over a chasm into a cockpit that's barely hanging on a few metal braces. Piece of cake! Typical Wednesday night, really. But sadly, there's nobody here to film me doing it, so no. I can't see anything in. Mark has to be in. This panel allows us to service the instruments behind it. The mechanism to open it is on. This is where the mechanism should be. Come on. Mark would have been able to help me here. As if. I knew it! There's a passage to the cockpit. The mounts on this panel look solid. I have to try it. Unpleasant, but unavoidable. Carefully now. Mark! What? Nobody here. Did he just leave me behind? No, he would never do that. He would only go if he knew I wasn't in danger. And this is better than finding his body lying around. Wherever he is, we need help to get away from here. After breaking down, the first thing we need to do is send out an emergency signal. I hope someone will receive it. The earlier I get it done, the better. Mark has to wait. Right. Emergency signal. I need that console over there. I don't think all these flashing lights are a good sign. It won't turn on. Probably no power. The power cells for the cockpit are behind the cover below. The power cell slots are behind it. I should open it somehow. I can always count on my screwdriver. I don't believe it. The power cells are empty. Mark explained to me how to properly utilize any residual charge. All slots have to be filled, I remember that much. But I have to rearrange the cells. If I relay the remaining energy to the communication transmitters, I might just be able to create a signal. But I'd also have to somehow broadcast the signal, and I need the control console for that. So both console and the comms need to be supplied with energy. communication device and the display have as much energy as I can give them. Let's hope it works. Still works. Right then. Communication. Emergency signal.
Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Low energy. Low energy.
Damn it! Do something! You could at least make a little noise! If only Mark was here. I need more power to send an emergency signal. Which means power cells. There should be some in the hold. I don't think all these Mark's logbook. Didn't he take it with him? Or maybe he left it here on purpose so I could find his hints. Mark's logbook. An old version. But he likes things retro. Maybe I can find some answers in it. It's not completely intact anymore. I'll remove the ID card. Then I can read the entries in my logbook. I don't think all these flashing lights are a good... If I hear low energy, what? I need to look for fresh power cells in the hold so I can send out... The cockpit's braces connecting into the fuselage are still intact. I'd better just leave it as is. Don't let me down. Accept it! Oh, it requires further authentication? There's security, and then there's paranoia. I need the key code for that Mark set. I'm definitely not going to just guess the code. Mark hates passwords and codes. It must be something he could remember easily. need the key code for that Mark set. Mark secured it with his ID number. How can someone so forgetful fly a spaceship?
I'm in! But what is all this stuff? I should stay away from it, but all the technical equipment is down there. Most importantly, the power cell. And with it, my only hope of sending out an emergency signal. There's gas leaking into the hold through this hole. I can't seal it with my bare hands. It won't work while the gas is coming out with this much force. Could release the gas here if it wasn't all collected at the bottom. I wonder if I can find anything here. No, those are various ores. Raw materials for a refinery. They're no use to me. I don't need any of that. I could put on the helmet, but that won't help me if I can't even make out the ground. Carbon dioxide filtered out of the air is stored here and released whenever needed. Tank number 1 is still about 40% full and emptying very slowly. It's going to take hours for all the gas to release. Tank number 2 is filled with carbon dioxide. It's about 1.2% full and stable. Looks like it wasn't damaged in the crash. If I open tank 2, the gas will be gone within minutes. Yes, it's pushing the strange gas up, but there's still something coming through the leak. Can't stop the gas from coming in with this. I hope the carbon dioxide will push the gas up now, but I shouldn't be here when that happens.
Should be enough. But after that, I need to ventilate the room well.
It worked! Mark isn't down there either, but neither is his body, so that's good. Did he get ejected? Did he leave? If so, where to? Pull. Okay, this is the last straw. Goodness. Lots of junk, but no power cells. What now? What's this? Oh, a Cognitive Observation Research Entity, or CORE for short. We use these things to reach places we can't get to ourselves. They can fly, scan, send data, and are equipped with a speech module. I need an ID card to activate the drone. Maybe it could help me out of this situation. And even if it can't, at least I'll have someone to talk to. Then I can complain to Core while I'm starving. Cognitive Observation Research Entity. Core. I need an ID card to activate. Why should I use Mark's ID card? I've got my own. I don't know why there's a wrong name on it, but I should use the other card.
Unit activated. Assigned to Melissa Luna, Explorer. Good day. Core ready to assist you, Miss Luna.
Incorrect. Tessa Carter. That's my name.
Name change, Tessa Carter. Confirmed. I am glad to be of service, Ms. Carter. What are your orders?
Where should we begin?
Nine leaks, 4 hull breaches, 2 broken beams, 14.
1 broken spaceship, 1 survivor. Maybe 2. I hope so anyway. That's all that matters now.
What is your primary objective, miss?
For you to stop being so formal with me. Just call me Tessa.
Of course, altering linguistic database. Tessa.
Right. The next objective is to send out an emergency signal. But I can't do that without power cells, and I have to find Mark, so basically, if I want to get us out of this mess, I've solely got primary objectives.
I do not have access to the ship's database. Who is Mark?
Mark Bennett, about 30 years old, pilot and mechanic. We're the TAC 92's crew.
Registered. What is the status of your immediate surroundings?
Well, I have to take a closer look.
My scanners could help in examining your surroundings.
Good idea. Do that.
Nine leaks, 4 hull breaches.
I know this thing's broken. I meant the surroundings. Let's just scan it outside.
Confirmed. The tanks have been emptied completely, and there is nothing of use in the crates. Whatever we are going to find on the planet, we can probably store it here.
I don't need any.
These crates are filled with the residue of various ores, such as iron, titanium, guffinium, and nickel.
Probably samples from previous expeditions.
The cockpit is unstable and could break off. It will not, however, drag the rest of the ship down into the abyss with it. At least as long as there is no tornado or earthquake. In that case, the TAC 92 would fly again.
Core, please.
Until it would crash on the bottom of the chasm. This room's hull is intact and stable. No dangers registered. The alarm, the smoke, and the sparks appear more perilous than they are. I am 91.1% certain. Analyzing atmosphere outside the ship. Result, similar to Earth's atmosphere, breathable for humans. You can take off the helmet, Tessa.
Good. I prefer it this way.
It smells slightly burnt, but with the wind coming from over there, it kind of smells like stagnant water. Better than this canned air, anyway. Okay, here's the plan. We look for life, for some water and food, of course. And maybe keep our eyes peeled for any buildings or anything useful. No idea how long I'm gonna have to survive out here.
The Intergalactic Mining Corporation should have already sent out a search party.
I doubt it. Mark and I are just the advance guard, and it's not unusual for us not to be able to send reports. We don't have a set route, either. They'll start looking for us eventually. Eventually. And by then, I'll probably be talking to a volleyball.
But I do not understand what it has to do with this crash.
Never mind. Please scan our surroundings.
Scanning. Scan complete. Scan radius of about 400 meters. No signs of relevantly sized life forms. No artificial constructs or buildings.
Relevantly sized? And what size is relevant to you?
Anything bigger than a fully grown male Balinese toucan.
A what?
A male Balinese toucan. Their average size in all dimensions roughly represents that of the average-sized, fully grown earthen life form.
You're joking, right?
Statistics are not a joke.
Well, that doesn't help me.
Compare the data to something I know. No more than 8 letters.
Equivalent to a medium-sized dog. Equivalent to a chicken 49.9% larger than average. Equivalent to exactly 11 hedgehogs.
To recap, a Balinese toucan is roughly the size of 1.5 chickens. Any more data?
The environment is mostly comprised of stone. Water and simple flora can also be detected behind the landing zone.
No signs of Mark? Damn. My mineral samples can wait. We should look for water and plants.
New data! I am registering a weak but repeating radio signal.
Where is it coming from?
It originates from the planet's surface. The signature is inconclusive.
Could it be coming from the Intergalactic Mining Corporation?
The possibility of that lies at 29%.
Can you locate it?
I can only ascertain a rough direction. To interpolate a position, we would have to get closer.
I guess I don't really have a choice. Let's see what's behind it. Maybe it's a distress signal from Mark. Incredible. I know why I love my job. Without it, I wouldn't be able to see things like this. We followed the crash's progression. These must be the plants you were talking about. Well, they're not flowers, Core, let me tell you. More of a smelly swamp.
I do not categorize flora and fauna by their feel-good factor, unless you wish to update my software accordingly. In that case, I would request the following hardware as well. Arms.
Okay, forget it. At least it's not just rocks again.
What are those tiny lights?
Small life forms.
Interesting. A good sign there might be more to this planet. If we flew over this place with the TAC-92 before we crashed, could something have fallen from the ship that's now emitting the signal?
Theoretically. But the ship's inventory was complete, so the signal I am receiving cannot originate from a technical device known to us.
We can't get any closer. We need to get down there.
You could slide and climb down those rocks there, but they are quite steep and porous, so you could not get back up again.
So a one-way ticket then.
My recommendation: remaining within the TAC-92. The ship's hull offers protection and Mark could return. Then you would no longer be on your own. It would be easier for you to find water together, as well as finding a way which allows for a return to the ship.
But then we still won't be able to send the emergency signal. We should find out what that signal is that you're receiving.
Agreed.